Dear students, let us start our discussion the graphical representation of motion. Today I will discuss different numerical problems and the problem related to graph. Let us take the first graph, distance time graph. In this graph we have seen that when the time increases, then the distance traveled by any object increases. If the distance traveled by object increases continuously with a constant rate, then the graph of distance time will be a straight line. Okay, it means in equal time interval object moves equal distance. Okay, so let us come to the velocity time graph. We know that velocity can be defined as the rate of change of displacement. It means when any object moves in a particular direction, then the total displacement created by that object can be defined as the distance between or minimum distance between the initial and final position. Okay, and the velocity can be defined as the total displacement created upon total time taken. So if any object moves continuously with a uniform speed or uniform velocity, then the velocity of the object does not changes with respect to time, and if during motion the total velocity of the object is constant, then the total velocity attained by the object is constant, that is 40 km per hour, then the total displacement created by the object will be equal to the area shaded by the VT graph. Here the total time taken by the object is 4 hours, and the total velocity by which the object moves from one place to another place is 40 km per hour. So the total area provides the total displacement created by the object. So the area of the ABCD, that is blue region of the graph, provides the total displacement created by the object. Okay, simply it have already discussed in front of you in the derivation of the equations of motion, and now come to equations of motion by graphical method. It have been derived already in front of you by the video. Okay, equation for velocity time relation. These are the formulas and which can be attained by the derivation. First is v equal to u plus at, second equal to ut plus half at square, third equal to 2as equal to v square minus u square. Now let us come to some in-text questions. First is, what is the nature of the distance time graph for uniform and non-uniform motion of object? We know that when the distance time graph is plotted between time and distance for any object, then if object is moving under uniform motion, then the graph will be straight line, and if object is moving with or under non-uniform motion, then the ST graph or distance time graph will not be linear. Okay, what can you say about the motion of an object because whose distance time graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis? Yes, in the distance time graph, if the straight line parallel to the time axis occur, it means object is at rest position. It means it does not move to and fro from its mean position where it is at rest initially. It means during time, if any object does not does not travel any distance with respect to time, then the distance time graph plotted for that motion will be a straight line which will be parallel to the time axis. Okay, now come to the third question. What can you say about the motion of an object if its speed time graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis? What can you say about the motion of an object if its speed time graph is a straight line parallel to time axis? Speed time graph, suppose that speed time graph is constant and also is straight line parallel to time axis. It means the speed of any object does not increases its magnitude with respect to time. It means the object starts its motion by which speed by the magnitude of its speed. The magnitude of the speed during the motion does not change with respect to time, so we can say that object is moving under uniform speed and completed its journey. Okay, now come to the fourth question. What is the quantity which is measured by the area occupied below the velocity time graph? We easily know that the physical quantity, that is displacement, can be measured by the area occupied by the velocity time graph. Okay, now come to the example 8.5. In this there is a question: a train is starting from rest. It means the initial speed of the train is 0 and it attains a velocity of 72 km per hour in 5 minutes. It means the final velocity attained by the train is 72 km per hour. If we change this speed or velocity in meter per second, then we have to multiply by 5 by 18 in 72. So with the help of this we can easily get the value of 72 km per hour is equal to 20 meter per second, and the time taken by the train to attain this speed will be equal to 5 minutes, that is 300 seconds. Okay, assuming that the acceleration is uniform, if we take the A, that is acceleration acting on the train, is uniform, then what will be the acceleration? As we know that acceleration can be defined as the change in the velocity divided by the time. So A equal to V minus U by T. It means 20 minus 0 divided by 300. It means 20 by 300. It means 2 by 30. It means 1 by 15. It means 0.06 meter per second square. That will be the answer. Okay, or 1 by 15 meter per second square. This is the answer. Now if we talk about the second part of the question, that is the distance traveled by the train for attaining this velocity, then we can easily calculate this with the help of S equal to ut plus half at square, either v square minus u square by 2a. Okay, because there are two formula which can easily help us to find out the total distance traveled by the train to occupy this speed. So S can be equal to v square minus u square by 2a. It means 20 square minus 0 square by twice of a, that is 1 by 15. It means 400 minus 0 divided by 2 by 15. 15 goes upside, so 400 multiplied by 15 divided by 2, it means 200 multiplied by 15. So 200 multiplied by 15 for 15 to the 30. It means 3000 kilometer. 3000 meter means 3 kilometer. So we easily guess that how much distance traveled by the object. This will be 3000 meter, that is 3 kilometer. Okay, this is the example 8.5. Now come to the example 8.6, in which a question: a car accelerates uniformly from 18 km per hour to 36 km per hour in 5 seconds. Okay. A car accelerates uniformly from 18 km per hour to 36 km per hour in 5 seconds. In this question, the initial speed of the car is 18 km per hour and the final speed of the car is 36 km per hour, and the time taken to attain this speed is 5 seconds. So U equal to 18 km per hour, it means 5 meter per second, and V equal to 36 km per hour, that is 10 meter per second, and the time taken to attain this speed is 5 seconds. So acceleration will be equal to V minus U by T, that is 10 minus 5 by 5. So 10 minus 5 by 5 means 5 by 5, that is 1 meter per second square. This is the acceleration. Okay, 1 meter per second square. Now second part, the distance covered by the car in that time. So S equal to V square minus U square by 2a. V square minus U square by 2a. So that it can be calculated two different ways. Either we apply S equal to ut plus half at square, are s equal to v square minus u square by 2a. So if we apply s equal to ut plus half at square, then with the help of this we can easily get what will be the value of s. That will be equal to 5 into 5 plus half of 1 into 5 chi square, that is 25 plus 12.5, that is 37.5 meter. But if we apply s equal to v square minus u square divided by 2a, so it will be 10 square means 100 minus 5 square means 25, so that will be 100 minus 25, it means 75, divided by twice of a, that is 2, so 75 by 2, that is 37.5. this will be the distance traveled by the car in time 5 seconds. Okay, now come to the example 8.7. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. If the car takes 2 seconds to stop after the application of brakes, calculate the distance it travels during this time. The question says that the brakes applied by a car produces an acceleration of 6 meter per second square. It means since the brake applied by the car, it means the acceleration will be negative. It means the final velocity will be smaller than the initial velocity. So if car takes 2 seconds of stop the car, it means t equal to 2 seconds, after which the speed of the car becomes 0 meter per second. And after application of brake, calculate the distance traveled by the car during this time. So we can easily calculate this with the help of the formula, as we have s a equal to minus 6 meter per second square and final speed equal to 0 meter per second. So what will be the initial speed? Let us calculate it with the help of v equal to u plus at. So if we put the value of v equal to 0, u as u and a as minus 6 and t as 2, then we get u equal to 12 meter per second is 12 meter per second. Okay, this is the value of the speed which initially attained by the car. So after brake, the velocity of the car becomes 0. So how much distance traveled by the car during this time interval to reaching its speed as 0? That will be equal to s equal to ut plus half at square, that is 12 into 2 plus half of minus of 6 into 2 square. So this will be equal to 24 minus 12, that is 12 meter. So the car will move 12 meter before it stops after the application of brakes. Okay, now come to the next text question. A bus starting from rest moves with a uniform acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square for 2 minutes. Here the bus is starting from rest, it means initial speed of the bus is 0 meter per second and the acceleration acting on the bus is 0.1 meter per second, and the time for which the acceleration acting is 2 minutes, that is 120 seconds. So the speed acquired by the car after 2 minutes will be v equal to u plus at. U means 0 plus a means 0.1 and t means 2. So the speed attained by the car after 2 minutes, that is 2 minutes means 120 multiplied by 0.1, that is 12 meter. Okay, the speed acquired by the car after 2 minutes will be 12 meter. The distance traveled by the car will be equal to s equal to ut plus half at square. So this will be equal to ut, that is 0 plus half of a 0.1 and t square, that is 120 square. So 120 square, that is 14400. So 14400 multiplied by 0.1, that is 1440 divided by 2. So 1440 divided by 2, it means 720 meter. So the total distance traveled by the car will be equal to 720 meter. Okay, now come to the next in-text question. A train is traveling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of minus of 0.5 meter per second square. Find how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. Train is traveling with speed 90 km per hour. This is the initial speed attained by the car. So if we change this speed in meter per second, then we get 90 into 5 by 18, that is 5 into 5, 25 meter per second. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second square. It means acceleration is minus 0.5 meter per second square. So how far the train will go before it is brought to rest? It means if the final speed of the train becomes 0 meter per second, initial speed is given, final speed is given, acceleration is given. So how much distance traveled by the car, that can be solved with the help of the formula S equal to V square minus U square by twice of A. It means 25 square, that is 625, minus 0 square, that is 0. So if we subtract this, we get 625 divided by twice of A. Twice of A means 0.5 into 2, that is 1. Here the final speed is 0 and initial speed is 25 meter per second. So final minus initial, it means 0 minus 25 divided by twice of minus 0.5. So minus 625 divided by minus 1, it means 625 meter. So total distance traveled by the train before stopping will be equal to 625 meter distance. Okay, now a trolley while going down an inclined plane has an acceleration of 2 centimeter per second square. Attention here. Here the acceleration is 2 centimeter per second square. What will be the velocity 3 seconds after the start? So we know that in 1 second the speed attained by the trolley is 2 centimeter per second. After 1 second again the velocity becomes 2 to the 4, and after 1 second 2 3 the 6 meter per second. So initial speed of the trolley is 0 and final speed will be the 6 centimeter per second. So the total velocity attained after the start will be equal to 6 centimeter per second. Okay, now a racing car has a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds? A racing car has a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. Here the acceleration is 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after start? So what will distance it cover after 10 seconds? Uniform acceleration starts its acceleration. So suppose that the initial speed is 0 and the total speed attained by the car in 10 seconds will be 30 meter per second, because the acceleration is 4. So in 1 second it attains the speed 4 meter per second. In second it attains 8 meter per second, and third second 8 and 4, that is 12 meter per second. So after 10 seconds it will attain 40 meter per second of speed. So how much distance traveled by the car in 10 seconds? That will be equal to V square minus U square by twice of A, that is 40 square minus 0 square divided by twice of A, that is twice of 4, that is 8. So 40 into 40, that is 1600 divided by 8, it means 200 meter. So the total distance traveled by the car in 10 seconds will be 200 meter. Now come to the last question, that is fifth question. A stone is thrown in a vertical upward direction with a speed of 5 meter per second. If the acceleration of the stone during its motion is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? A stone is thrown in a vertical upward direction. So since the stone is thrown vertical direction, so the acceleration acting on the stone will be gravitational acceleration, whose value is minus 10 meter per second square. or 9.8 meter per second square. For simplicity we have take it 10 meters per second square right here. Now if the acceleration of the stone during the motion is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction, okay, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? Okay, since initial speed of the stone is given 5 meter per second square, so the total maximum height attained by the stone will be h, and it can be calculated with the help of the concept that at the maximum height the speed of the stone becomes 0. So at maximum height the speed of the stone becomes 0. It means final speed equal to 0 and initial speed is equal to 5 meter per second, and the acceleration acting on the stone is vertically downward, that is minus of 10 meter per second. So the h, that is the maximum height attained by the object, will be 0 square minus 5 square divided by minus of 2 into 10. It means minus 25 divided by minus 20. So minus and minus will be cancel each other. 25 by 20, it means this will be equal to 25 means 5 by 4 meter. 5 by 4 meter, it means 1.25 meter. So the total distance, total height attained by the stone will be equal to 1.25 meter. And how much time will take to reach there? It means how much time taken by the stone to reaching at its maximum height. This time can be calculated with the help of t equal to v minus u divided by a. Then v equal to 0, u equal to 5 meter per second, and a equal to 10 meter per second. So 0 minus 5 divided by minus of 10, it means minus 5 by minus 10, it means 5 by 10, it means 1 by 2, it means 0.5 second. So half of the second can be acquired by the stone to reach at its maximum height. So this is all about the in-text questions, and tomorrow we will discuss more about the uniform circular motion and different types of numerical based on this. Have a nice day. Thank you.